All right, we'll go ahead and get started here, everybody. Thank you for joining and good morning to you. I want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to join us and talking about one of the industry's top product groups, legacy marketing. John Terry is on board with us to talk a little bit about those products. And before we jump into these amazing opportunities with legacy, I wanted to share some information with you about IAMS and quickly highlight why some people love working with our team. The first thing I want to highlight is our best-in-class customer service. Everybody talks about that, but we really do put that into practice. Those of you who are already with us know that when you call in, you get a live person every time. We try to answer the phone very quickly within a couple of rings, and we will always direct you to who you're needing to talk to or help you out directly without transferring you to somebody else. But we don't even have voicemail. We make it a priority to always talk to you as soon as you call in. The next item I wanted to talk to you about is why a lot of our newer producers are excited about their opportunity with IAMS. This is, I think, one of the best reasons to begin writing business with us. It is a great way to hit the ground running and kickstart your practice. It's called our new producers builder program, and you see there are several different tiers within your first 180 days being contracted with us. You can reach different tiers to achieve different rewards, and most people that tap into this program use marketing reimbursement that we will reinvest back into their practice to really get them going quickly, whether that be something as simple as the $100,000 level, 1,500 piece mailing that we'll do for you to get people into your sales funnel, all the way up to a producer that I had just recently hit the $1 million level. He had a couple of cases when he came on board with us, hit that $1 million level quickly. And what that allowed to do for us is something that you don't even see on here, but we also have as an option where we did 3 workshops for him. Each one of those cost about $2,500 to put on, but we knew he was somebody who could close business and reinvest it in his practice, and his sales funnel is full, hopefully for the rest of the year now. And we believe in our producers, and we want to invest in you to help you be successful. Next thing I wanted to hit on is our IAMS Business Builders program. So we understand the best type of client we're going to get typically is a referral. It's the same thing for us as it is for you. I see a couple of advisors on here today that have taken advantage of this program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry, like I said, is very similar to you in the field, and the best leads we could ever obtain are from a referral from one of our valued producers. And that's why we want to make it worth your while to give us referrals. So very simply, we write you a $50 check when somebody that you refer gets contracted, but way better than that. When that agent begins writing, you get a percentage of the casework that they send in. This can be very lucrative. We have our ownership, Steve Murray, Chris Conroy, Curtis Hawks, and Charles Hearing. They write checks for thousands and thousands of dollars every quarter to pay our producers for the referrals that they send us. This is very similar to how a lot of the marketers here get paid, but if you are somebody who has a good network of other advisors that you work with, and you don't want to set up an agency and have a downline and worry about all that headache, which, by the way, we can help you with, then you can simply refer those people to us, and for the entire time that they're contracted with us here at IAMS, you will get a percentage of the business that they write as well. We'd love to speak with you in more detail about that. Just get a hold of your annuity sales director or life sales director, and we'll give you all the information you need about that. Next item of business is to talk about our back office support. The good IMOs typically do this. I think we do it really well. I've got experience working at the largest IMO in the country by far, as well as with another group who a lot of the people who started the IMOs around the country all seem to work at. A lot of nepotism in this industry if you've ever worked on this side of it. So I know my way around, and I will tell you that the team here at IAMS does two things really, really well. We do service extremely well, and we do training really, really well. So service, we have 6 or 7 annuity sales directors here. We have 4 or 5 life sales directors. That doesn't seem like a whole lot, but we have a huge team of people behind the scenes supporting your practice. Whenever you write business, we are going to assign people to follow that business through, to get it paid, to make sure that anything you're missing, we get in touch with you about. Basically have a whole staff working behind the scenes. Put us on your staff, not your payroll, and we want to go to work for you. We also have a whole team designed to help you out with the contracting process. So if you wanted to get that taken care of, we got a team of people that'll help see that through as well. As you know, the industry is moving to more of an electronic type of industry. If you're still doing paper apps, that's fine for some carriers, but more and more what you're seeing is carriers take advantage of Firelight. Firelight allows you to simplify the application process, save you time, show you where you might be missing some information. We're still going to scrub that app for you and make sure that everything is correct and go over suitability requirements. If there's something missing or something that we think you need to add, we'll help you out with that. But Firelight streamlines that process, and some carriers now are paying more if you submit an app through Firelight, so just be aware of that. That's an excellent resource to you that is available on our website. So another thing that we're very big on here at IAMS is creative marketing. We have a full in-house creative team that can help your practice, and a lot of items that they have put together are turnkey, so we can just easily customize them to your practice, and they're already available on our website. Everything from business cards to fact finders to websites to social media optimization, logo design. I may have already said that. We do everything up to and including seminars, radio. We can even do TV. I mean, you name it. We've got a team that is specifically focused and trained on how to work within the advisor space. So it's not like running down the street and getting a website developer. They know the language here that you need. They know the type of suitability issues that you may run into. And we do all of that here in-house. The great thing I tell people about IAMS is when you write business with us, a lot of this is free or very low in cost. Our creative team is really there not as a profit center whatsoever, but to help our advisors grow their practice and look the part. If you have questions about any of this, please get with your annuity or life sales director, and we can go into a lot of detail up to and including a full custom marketing plan. We call it a customized marketing analysis that we do at no charge for our advisors, because at the end of the day, like I said, we just want to see your business grow, and we want to help you do that with our creative team. Excellent, excellent group. IAMS Wealth Management is another big piece of the pie now. Oh, I skipped a slide. I apologize. Let me talk about our website here real quick. Our website is a really good tool that has comprehensive tools, whether it be things like forms and fact finders, like I mentioned earlier, quick sales ideas, that would be under the support tab on our website. Easy information to tap into, and again, our creative team can customize that for your practice. Once you're contracted, you'll have access to everything and more on our website. If you haven't registered, it's really easy. Just in the top right, click register. It'll send you a verification email, and if you aren't immediately greenlit by our team because we do have to hit a button behind the scenes, then just give us a call and we will make sure you have access to the website once you verified your email. Okay, now IMS Wealth Management. So over the past about 4 or 5 years, IMS Wealth Management has become a big piece of the pie here. I tell a lot of the people that I work with, if you aren't partnered with somebody who can leverage wealth management, or if you don't hold a 65 yourself, you may be losing clients. It's just the hard truth. Sometimes people don't want to put all their money into an insurance product, and nor should they. So we have a team of people working behind the scenes that can make sure that you're never losing a client. You can just flip a client over to our team or include them even on a sales call digitally if you need to, or if you'd like to look into earning your 65 so you can manage that money on your own, we will help you do that. We've got a really good team of people that work over at IMS Wealth, and if you do decide to earn your 65, then any clients that you flipped over to them in the meantime, so they can help keep them close so you're not losing that client to somebody who has a more comprehensive service offering in their practice, they will give those clients back to you as soon as you've earned that 65. In the meantime, they'll help keep that relationship close, and we want to offer every piece of the pie for your client. Like I said, training is another thing that IMS does extremely well. The 2-day training events that we call Life and Annuity Academies are top in the industry. There's no doubt. I've attended a couple of them. I'm pretty new here in IMS, but what the topics that we cover and the producers that we have speaking at these, in my experience in the industry, are unparalleled. So it's a 2-day event. We fly you in, we pay for your hotel, we pay for your food. You get great FaceTime with other top level producers, an opportunity to share in best practices, really get a comprehensive understanding of the resources that you can tap into here at IMS, and review some marketing strategies that people have used to get from where they were at one point to the top of their industry. And we want to help you guys do the same. I highly recommend that you go on our website and get registered for one of these academies when you have the opportunity. We got one coming up here next week that's already full, unfortunately, but we are looking at doing another one this fall, and we typically do 5 or 6 throughout the year. So if you don't make it to an event this year, then please, please, please use this as a tool to grow your practice next year, and get in touch with your annuity or life sales director. We'll make sure we help you make that happen. We're big on things like incentives, trips. This is one that we are just finishing up qualification for. We do these periodically throughout the years, and the one that we're doing here that you see on this slide required about $4.5 million in production, so it's definitely attainable for many of our producers, and a good time to just kind of build camaraderie and have a great time doing it. The people that have attended these trips in years past, it's kind of a joke in the industry. Like before I worked at IMS and I was recruited to come here for quite a while, the joke was, don't even try to get one of IMS's top advisors because they never move. Because I worked in another group who tried to steal advisors from other groups, and it's true. The people who make it to these events are very, very tied in, and we want to help you get to the point so you can attend these events too. Again, it's kind of like those training events in that not only is it a good time for some FaceTime, but it's a great opportunity to share some best practices with other top producers. Wouldn't be a presentation if we didn't ask you to like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn. We've got presences on all those social media platforms, and if you want to look the part in your practice, especially if you're doing digital leads or preset appointments, which are some things we can talk to you more about, then if you're not doing those things, then you should be. Talk to us about setting up a website and increasing your online presence. And with that, I am going to flip it over to Legacy. So please join us for learning about some unique products. And with that, I will hand it over. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It is an honor to be here today and have an opportunity to visit with your folks. I hope they've got a pen and a piece of paper and get ready to take some notes, because there are a few things I want to share today I think will be extremely beneficial. So I'm going to give you just a second to do that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to pull up a presentation here I want to share with you guys to kind of get you started. This handsome man you see on the screen is me, Dr. John Terry. I've been in the industry for almost 40 years. Started out with Prudential as a career agent, got into the independent space. I built a broker-dealer. I've run 2 RIAs. I've had an opportunity to lead a couple of IMOs. And now I'm continuing to do what I do, and that's to educate and inform. And I'm so excited to be here today and have an opportunity to share what I believe is going to be beneficial. And Matt specifically told me when we were talking about this event, John, I don't want another product dump. Everybody always wants to talk about their products, which are great, but if we can't determine how to align those products in such a way that they create sales opportunities, it's a wasted time. So I don't want to do that today. And what I want to do is I want to take an opportunity to really talk about some opportunities in this space that I think will be beneficial. And I want to share with you 3 sales ideas. So again, I want you to get a piece of paper and write these down as we go through these. And then I'm going to tie in some of the legacy products that can actually help fulfill these sales ideas before you. And I want to start with the first one, which is revisiting your IRAs. Now, when you think about IRAs, it's often an overlooked inheritance item. We go out and we have an opportunity to sell an IRA. Why? We've got a client that wants supplemental income during retirement. They spent their working years, 30 to 40 years, saving money, putting it into a 401k or some other retirement plan. And then when they leave, a lot of people roll that into an IRA, oftentimes into annuity, because they like the idea of guaranteed income that they're never going to outlive. But what typically happens? They retire, they take their Social Security, they slow down, and they realize they don't need as much money as they thought they did. So what do? Rather than turning on an income rider, they often simply pull required minimum distributions, those RMDs coming out, and they slowly begin to liquidate that account. Part out of fear they're going to run out of money, part out of the fact they've realized they don't need as much money to retire as they thought they did, and they want to make sure money's left over first for a surviving spouse, but more importantly, they want to be remembered, they want to leave a legacy, and as a result of that, they love annuities because of the opportunity to have upside growth, no downside exposure, and the ability to pass that on to their heirs. But there's a problem with IRAs that many on this call may not realize. And I saw this take place with a producer just last week. And that's why I shared with Matt, I wanted to bring this story to bear. Not all annuities that you're selling in the marketplace are inherited IRA friendly. And you need to know that. And it's an important sales opportunity that you may be missing. Not all annuities will permit a 1035 exchange at death. And not all annuities will permit an inherited IRA with multiple beneficiaries. So my immediate question to you is, what about your client's annuity? Is it inherited IRA friendly? Here's what happened to an advisor that we were working with just last week here at Legacy. He was meeting with a client that had gone to a bank, and they had been sold an insurance annuity by one of the sales representatives at the bank. They bought this a couple of years ago. Mom has now passed away and has multiple beneficiaries named as heirs for this particular IRA, none of them being a spouse. The annuity carrier would not permit a 1035 exchange, which made it difficult, if not impossible, to move the money to create an inherited IRA opportunity. And as a result of that, these heirs are now going to have to take that money in a lump sum. And my question is this: if you, as an insurance professional, knowingly leave the heirs of your clients with only a lump sum distribution option, and you haven't taken the time to go back to determine if the annuities they own are inherited IRA friendly, if they will permit a 1035 exchange at death, that's an important question you need to ask, because if you've only left them with a lump sum distribution option, what are you leaving them? More taxes and less inheritance. And so I ask the question here, is this a recipe for a happy client who wants to do business with you and wants to introduce you to their friends, their family, their neighbors, and their coworkers? So let me give you a sales idea around inherited IRA. Make the inherited IRA an option by being proactive in having the conversation with your client. So here's my challenge to you in this first sales idea. I want you to go back and look at your book of business, and I want you to revisit your clients who own an IRA, especially if it is an IRA annuity that they have. I want you to go back and I want you to check to see if the carrier, number one, offers inherited IRAs as a distribution option. Many don't. Not only will they handle inherited IRAs, you want to ask, will they do spousal, and how do they handle non-spouse IRA distribution? Because subject to the changes in Secure Act and Secure Act 2.0, the rules have changed with respect to spousal and non-spousal inherited IRA opportunities. I don't have time to cover that today in the little bit of time we've got together, but I do want to mention the fact that if you're not revisiting that, you're missing an opportunity. So you want to check, number one, to see if your carrier does allow inherited IRAs as an option. How do they treat spouses? How do they treat non-spouses? Secondly, will they allow a 1035 at the death of the IRA holder? That's also important to know. If they don't, we at Legacy have a solution, and I'll mention that here in just a moment. So let me share with you some other pre-planning ideas around revisiting IRAs. Another opportunity to have conversation with your clients is around survivorship income. You know, sadly, I saw a statistic not too long ago, and that number's remained true for now well over 2 decades. 85% of elderly women retire only on Social Security. Now, that to me is a crime, because women tend to outlive their male counterparts by an average of 5 to 7 years. And if we as financial professionals aren't doing a good job of not only planning for income while mom and dad are still alive, but making sure that mom has sufficient income once dad is gone, because that's the likely scenario in most cases that we see, survivorship planning is important when it comes to income planning for that surviving spouse. When you're having the conversation about IRAs with your clients, it may be time to have the Roth IRA conversion conversation as well. Taking some of that money that maybe they don't need right now, or maybe repurposing R&D that they really don't need to spend, and have an opportunity to look at doing some IRA to Roth conversions. Have an opportunity to pay taxes now while hopefully they're in a lower tax bracket. Set that money aside so down the road that money becomes income tax free. There's some unique benefits to them and their heirs for doing so. Another pre-planning idea around IRAs is looking at qualified charitable contributions coming from the IRA to reduce taxation. You can also look at doing an IRA maximization, moving to life insurance. But one of the keys I want to make sure that you get out of this first sales idea is looking at the inherited IRA option. Does their current annuity even offer an inherited IRA as a distribution option at death? How do they handle spouse and non-spouse? And will they handle a post-death 1035 exchange? Sales idea number one, revisit your IRAs. Sales idea number two, I want to talk about non-qualified stretch, and I want to give you a backdoor approach to having the stretch conversation by sharing an actual case study that I want to give you. I want to introduce you to Daniel. Daniel's 56 years old. Daniel's married to Celia. Daniel spent 30 years working for the government, and he's getting ready to retire. He wants to understand his federal benefits, but he also has some IRA accounts that he has. You get an opportunity to meet with Daniel and Celia, and you find out they both have IRAs they want to reposition. Now, in the conversation and in your fact finding, you discover that tax deferral and future guaranteed income are both important to them. Now, both Daniel and Celia's parents are still living, and they're anticipating an inheritance from them. They're going to receive a home and some land. They're going to get some investments, probably stocks and mutual funds, and they're going to be receiving death benefits from life insurance and annuities from their mom and dad. Now, that begs the question, and here's where we get into the backdoor stretch opportunity. If given the choice, would Daniel and Celia want to pay more taxes or less taxes on the inheritance they're going to receive from their parents? What if you, as a financial professional, could intervene in that scenario and help reduce the tax impact of the inheritance coming from mom and dad, and at the same time increase the value of this gift? That is the backdoor approach to non-qualified stretch. Because here's the problem. Non-qualified annuities typically pay a death benefit either as a lump sum or as a 5-year payout. And if the 5-year payout is selected, payments are subject to LIFO, last in, first out. That means the gains are going to be paid out first and principal is going to be paid out last. And if the non-qualified annuity has high gains or a low-cost basis, tens of thousands of dollars could be lost to taxation. Now, IRS Section 72S allows us to have an opportunity to stretch that death benefit payment over the lifetime of a beneficiary as long as specific rules are followed. But the benefits of a non-qualified stretch is you're going to minimize the immediate tax impact. You're going to allow that money to continue to grow on a tax-deferred basis, and you can actually enhance the overall value of the payout over time. And one of the unique things about the way we do non-qualified stretch at Legacy with our partner that we work with, our unique product offers an exclusion ratio rather than doing LIFO, so you have an opportunity for a more tax-favored payout. Now, why is that important? Because the exclusion ratio is not interest first, principal to follow. It is part principal and part contract gains each pay as that money is paid out. So there's an opportunity there to get a tax-favored payout. So what's the idea there? You have an opportunity through Daniel and Celia to be introduced to their parents, who you now know own life insurance and annuities, and have an opportunity to reposition those annuities into an annuity that actually will create a non-qualified stretch opportunity with an exclusion ratio. So at the end of the day, what does that make you? It makes you the hero, the greatest of all time, because you've had an opportunity to intervene in Daniel and Celia's life, to do something incredible for their parents, and that's give them an opportunity to leave more money to their children. And at the same time, what have you done? You made a fan of Daniel and Celia so that they're not only going to lean in and work with you, you're going to become their hero, and they're going to have an opportunity to talk about you and tell your story to everyone they know. Now, this is a $36 trillion opportunity. There's an estimated $36 trillion that's going to be passing from the silent generation, baby boomers, to Gen Xers and millennials. And half of this money, almost $18 trillion, is going to be transferring over the next 5 years. So as you're having a conversation with your clients, be sure you're listening for information about their parents, what their parents own, and what your clients may be in a position to inherit. There could be an opportunity there to engage in an inherited IRA conversation in advance with mom and dad, as well as a non-qualified stretch opportunity. So the question is there a solution that creates the opportunity for that to happen? Short answer is yes. And that is a unique product that we bring to bear here at Legacy Marketing Group called JourneyMark. Now, JourneyMark is underwritten by Western and Southern, which is an A-plus rated carrier with a 96 Comdex rating. And JourneyMark is the home for Inherited IRA, non-qualified stretch with an exclusion ratio, and they also do an incredible job working with entity-owned annuities, corporate, trust, and other types of annuity arrangements where it makes sense for those to be owned by a third-party entity. This is another area where we stand out as unique and different in the marketplace. And this is a product that you're going to want to learn more about. Now, let me share with you sales idea number 3, and that's the conversation no advisor wants to have. And it's a question I hear often is, John, how do you avoid that awkward renewal rate conversation? As I shared at the onset, I've had an opportunity to work in the IMO space. I've worked in the BD space. I've worked and ran 2 different RIAs. And I remember conversations with producers over the years that they would call in, and they sold a product that had this huge bonus and all of this incredible upfront opportunity. And then in year 2 or year 3, all of a sudden the rates and caps went in the toilet. And as a result of that, they're now having to apologize or hide from their client for the next several years. How do we avoid that conversation? Well, here's what typically happens. You did your homework, and the client said yes. Now a year or 2 has passed, and it's time to have that renewal rate conversation, and all of a sudden you discover that this incredible par rate is no longer incredible. This incredible fixed rate that they were in is no longer fixed. Yeah, they got a bonus in the first year, but now that they're looking at the renewal rate, all of a sudden the client's gasping for air, you're gasping for air. How do we have a unique and different conversation with the client? Well, here's what I'm here to tell you. It's a balancing act when you're looking at how to solve a client's money problems, but at the same time, do so in a way that you get paid well, but the client buys a product that's actually going to perform over time consistently and give them the opportunity to experience the growth that they want, especially if their goal is accumulation over time. We oftentimes get excited as producers about selling the latest, greatest, hottest product that everybody's selling, but rate integrity matters. And understanding that there is an opportunity there to look at and sell rate integrity over the long haul, that's a conversation that's often missed. But when it comes to pricing an annuity, it's a balancing act. There's only so many dollars to go around. And if you're looking to take some of the money that clients are going to be putting in to fund a bonus, money has to go to that. Money has to go to purchase the options to create the rates and the caps. Money has to pay you, so part of that money has to be set aside for commissions so you get paid and IMS gets an override so they can stay in business. And the insurance company itself has expenses that they have to make, and they've got to make a little bit of a profit, otherwise they can't stay in business. And as a result of that, what happens? Sometimes the client feels like they're taking it in the short. They reach into their pockets looking for accumulation, and they're not seeing the accumulation that's there. So the question is, how do you avoid that uncomfortable rate renewal conversation so your clients look forward to the phone call from you every year and you're not having to hide or apologize for the product that was sold? So with that, let me ask you a question. What if you could offer your clients an uncapped first-year par rate that is very, very attractive, one that would get their attention, one that is offered on a world-class index that is highly rated by the index standard? And that same highly attractive, highly competitive, growth-focused opportunity renewed at the same uncapped par rate in year 2. And what happens if that same client gets to lock in that same guaranteed uncapped par rate for the entire length of the surrender period up to 10 years? Do you think that would make your client happy? Do you think that would give your client an opportunity to say thank you each and every year that they meet with you for selling them an accumulation-focused product that you don't have to apologize for? And each year, they know exactly what participation rate they're going to be experiencing from the index that they have selected and they are using to create and grow wealth over time. You think it'd make your clients happy? Well, of course it would. And if your clients are happy and you got paid well to offer that solution, and your clients are happy every time you're meeting with them, and they're introducing you to friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, and others to say, you won't believe what John or Betty or Susan or Dave or Angie did for me, and this is what they can do for you. Do you think that creates referral conversations that gives you an opportunity to move forward, to have an opportunity to take your business to the next level? So the question is there a product out there that will actually do that? And the short answer is yes. Let me introduce you to Growth Commander. This is a limited distribution product that is growth focused, underwritten by Americo Life, A-rated, good, solid, 100-plus-year-old Midwest company that allows you to offer a fixed indexed annuity, accumulation focused, with no fees or optional fees to roll up the rates and caps, to have an opportunity to give your clients one thing: an uncapped par rate that is locked in for the entire duration of the surrender period. Whether you're selling the 6-year version of the product or the 10-year version of the product, this is a unique opportunity that can give you a chance to stand out, be unique and different, and as a result of that, experience a level of success, get your clients excited, and have an opportunity to revisit and to work with them month after month, year after year, to know that you have served them well, and they're going to have an opportunity to be able to visit and share more. Let me quickly share a little bit of information about Growth Commander I think you'll find beneficial and give you some of the backbone of this particular product. And let me get there. Just a minute while I get to the right presentation. Here we go. So again, limited distribution, a single premium product underwritten by Americo. You have a participation rate lock, fee and no fee options, and first year liquidity in the product. Already mentioned they're A-rated, 6-year, 10-year versions of the product. Through age 85, you can write up to $2 million up to age 74 without home office approval, and a low $10,000 minimum premium and no MVA. Now, I've already talked about this, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time belaboring the point that you can guarantee the par rate for the entire surrender charge period, subject to the terms of the contract. We offer that with a unique index from Societe Generale and Morgan Stanley, two world-class indexes that both have a gold rating by the index standard. Again, 10% penalty free starting in the first year. It is RMD friendly, and there are waiver of surrender charges for nursing home, hospital confinement. You got an opportunity to choose up to 8 indexes, and they have a very strong fixed rate, 4.85 first year enhanced interest rate on the 6-year version, 4.9 on the 10-year version of the product as well, and gains credit to death. There's a variety of different indexing options that are out there. I'm not going to take the time to cover all of those now, but I do want to mention the Morgan Stanley Index, 11 exchange-traded funds, broadly diversified, so it gives your clients an opportunity to be in energy, technology, healthcare, a gold ETF, and the design of this product is really built to give your clients an opportunity to follow the money. And as the economy grows and falters in different areas, the unique design of this index allows Morgan Stanley to move money back and forth through these different 11 ETFs to create growth opportunity. Now, the SG Global Balance Fund, developed by Societe Generale, offers diversification. It very closely tracks the S&P 500 in performance, but it is global in scale. So if the United States does experience a recession, as many economists still say is the likelihood, the SG Global Balance Fund gives the managers an opportunity to move money to Europe or to the Far East to have an opportunity to take advantage of markets that may be doing better that's there. Very transparent in the way that they run the SG Global Balance Index, and your clients have an opportunity to see daily allocations by visiting the SG Global website. Now, there's fee and no fee options. You have the opportunity to buy up those par rates that are uncapped, as well as capped rates that we do offer on some other indexes. And you can mix and match and have some fee and some no fee, and you can change that every single year. Compensation on this product is very, very attractive, and it's an opportunity that not every IMO has in the marketplace, but your friends at IMS are one of the unique IMOs that offers that privilege. And with that, Matt, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to share with your audience. I want to remind them that if they're looking for a home for inherited IRA, non-qualified stretch, or entity-owned annuities, let's have a conversation about JourneyMark. And you can reach out to the team at IMS to do that, or you can contact our sales team at Legacy, 800-395-1053. Just press 1 at the voice prompt. You'll be immediately connected to the sales team. And if you want to offer that uncapped opportunity that can be locked in for up to 10 years and avoid that awkward renewal rate conversation, Growth Commander, that limited distribution opportunity, is your go-to product with the good folks at IMS. Matt, with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, and thank you for the opportunity to be with the audience today.
John, thank you for the excellent presentation. Very, very sharp sales ideas. If you guys still have some questions regarding those, or you want more information, please reach out to myself. I know John and his team at Legacy will be an excellent resource to us as we work with them on casework that you guys have. But he's right. If you aren't including those sales ideas in your or on your tool belt, you're missing out on an opportunity. So please, 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 if you have questions, get in touch with myself. I will be doing follow-up, and we'll make sure we get you pointed in the right direction for those questions to be answered, and we'll help close some business with you. With that, I'd like to do 3 quick polls, a minute and a half of your time. Please take the time to respond to these real quickly. The first poll we'll spend 30 seconds on: is your current IMO meeting and exceeding expectations? Please take a minute to vote. Then we'll do 2 quick polls, one about the products we talked about today, and then 1 more, and we'll get out of here. All right, about 5 more seconds on this one. Thank you, guys. Next poll: would you like more information on our next Life and Annuity Academy? 30 more seconds on this one, guys. And again, if you would like more information on these products or any of the training or creative marketing resources we offer here at IMS, just get in touch with your annuity sales director or myself, Matt Sabala, at 800-255-5055. Thank you for your response there. And then finally, last poll: would these products meet the needs of any of your clients? What this helps us do is reach out to you if you've got questions about the product, so we can follow up with you and work through any questions you have so we can help you close that business. About 10 more seconds on this one. All right, thank you, guys. I do see there are some questions in the chat. I will reach out to you guys individually to make sure that we get those answered, and I will also send out an email with questions that people had during the presentation so everybody has the answers to those. Thank you for your time, everybody. Give us a call if you have any questions, and we will see you on the next webinar. Thank you so much. Have a great day.